Okay, everyone, welcome to our Ventures4 class. Today we're going to still work on lesson C. We are going to work with two connectors. We're going to work with since and so. We practiced a little bit last week. We're going to continue to practice this time. So first, I need you to go to your textbook, the student book, and open on page 114. So go ahead, open your student book on page 114, okay? And we are gonna work with connectors, two connectors, since and so, since and so, okay? Okay, guys, before we continue, before we begin, I just need you to watch the explanation video one more time, okay? So watch this video.
Connectors. Unit 9, Lesson C. Since and so. Watch and listen. Connectors are words at the beginning of a sentence or clause. Use the connector since to introduce a clause that provides a cause or reason for something. You can also show cause or reason by replacing the connector since with because. Connector of cause or reason, since.
Since the Earth is getting warmer, the polar ice caps are melting.
The polar ice caps are melting since the Earth is getting warmer.
Connector of cause or reason, since.
Since we're cutting down the rainforests, harmful gases are increasing.
Harmful gases are increasing since we're cutting down the rainforests.
When the connector begins the sentence, use a comma at the end of the cause or reason clause. Watch and listen. Connectors are words at the beginning of a sentence or clause. Use the connector so to introduce a clause that provides the effect or the result of something. You can also show an effect or result by replacing the connector so with therefore. Connector of effect or result, so.
The Earth is getting warmer, so the polar ice caps are melting.
When the connector is so, use a comma before it. Connector of effect or result, so.
We're cutting down the rainforests, so harmful gases are increasing.
When the connector is so, use a comma before it. Check your understanding. Look at the picture and read the sentence. Pay attention to the highlighted connector. Is the underlined clause showing cause, a reason, or effect, a result? Listen.
The Earth is getting warmer, so the polar ice caps are melting.
B. So indicates an effect or a result. Look at the picture and read the sentence. Pay attention to the highlighted connector. Is the underlined clause showing cause, a reason, or effect, a result? Listen.
Harmful gases are increasing since we're cutting down the rainforests.
A. Since indicates a cause or a reason. Check your understanding. Look at the picture and the 4 connectors. Read the sentence. Only one of the connectors can be used to complete the effect, result clause. Which one? Choose the correct connector and read the sentence out loud. Now listen to the sentence.
We're cutting down the rainforests, so harmful gases are increasing.
Look at the picture and the 4 connectors. Read the sentence. 2 of the connectors can be used to complete the cause, reason clause. Which 2? Choose the first correct connector and read the sentence. Choose the second correct connector and read the sentence. Now listen to the sentences.
Towns near oceans are in danger of flooding because the sea level is rising.
Towns near oceans are in danger of flooding since the sea level is rising.
Let's review. Connectors are words at the beginning of a sentence or clause. Use the connector since to introduce a cause, reason clause. Use the connector so to introduce an effect, result clause. Connector of cause.
Since the Earth is getting warmer, the polar ice caps are melting.
The polar ice caps are melting since the Earth is getting warmer.
Connector of effect.
The Earth is getting warmer, so the polar ice caps are melting.
The Earth is getting warmer, so the seawater is getting warmer.
Okay, so just remember 2 things. First, we use since when we are talking about cause, and so we use when we are talking about effect. So you have to remember this one here. Since is used for cause and so for effect. Okay? Let's go to our workbook and let's do exercises and see if they help us to remember. Okay? So let's go to our exercise. Go to your workbook and open your workbook on page 106. 106, we are gonna do exercise 1. Okay? Workbook, the exercise book, page 106. Now, look, the exercise is asking you to circle the correct answers. What I have to do is to choose the correct answer, which is the same, okay? So look, this picture has nothing to do with the questions. You don't need to see the picture to answer, okay? So now we have two options here, and let's see which one is the correct. There are more people in the city because people are building more houses. There are more people in the city, therefore people are building more houses. This is based on a different edition. That's why you see therefore here, okay? So this should be crossed out. And in this case, it should be so. There are more people in the city, so people are building more houses. So the correct answer is, oops, this one, okay? This is the correct one. Let's continue here. Number 2, Since the weather is getting warmer, we use more electricity for air conditioning. And the next one is we use more electricity for air conditioning, so the weather is getting warmer. Yeah, it seems that both are correct, but let's go. Let's not overthink this one. And clearly, this one is the letter A is the correct one. Okay, let's go to number 3. Because some places have less rainfall, farmers grow less food. And we are gonna change this, right? Take this out and put since, right? And also let's take, yeah, it's because this is part of this is based on the second edition, and second edition has was working with more connectors. Okay, don't worry about it, just focus on this one. So since some places have less rainfall, farmers grow less food. Farmers grow less food, so some places have less rainfall. And clearly here, this one is the correct one. Okay? Letter A is the correct one. So 1B, 2A, and 3A. Okay? Good? Okay? I have to erase this writings, but just remember which ones are correct, okay? Let me erase here. Let's go to number 4. So number 4 is people are driving bigger cars since they use a lot more gasoline. That's not right. Since people are driving bigger cars, they use a lot more gasoline, and this one is the correct one. Letter B. 4 is letter B. Okay? Let's go to number 5. There are more hurricanes now, so living near the ocean is more dangerous. Hmm. And the other one, there are more hurricanes now because living near the oceans is more dangerous. Yeah, that's, and here in your book, we're gonna take out because, and we just put since. Okay? But the correct one has nothing to do with these two. It's letter A. Letter A is the correct one. There are more hurricanes now, so living near the ocean is more dangerous. Okay, good. Let's check. Yes, all our answers are correct. Okay, see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of them are correct. Okay, this was exercise 1. How was it? Easy or difficult? Let's go to exercise 2. In exercise 2, basically you just have to complete the sentences, okay? I have to drag and drop, which at the end is gonna be the same. But let's take a look here. The sentences that you have is global warming is getting worse. More people want to live outside of cities. People have to drive farther to work. They are building more houses. They use more gasoline. Okay, so Number one, pollution is increasing in the cities, so more people want to live outside of cities, okay? Because cities are getting bigger, crowded, dangerous, and now you can't find the most of the, the things that you need, so people are living outside, okay? Now, number two, because more people want to live outside of cities, because more people want to live outside of cities, people have to drive farther to work, okay? People have to drive farther to work. Let's continue. Houses outside of cities are often far from places where people work. Therefore, they are building more houses. Okay, I think that's, if not, then we correct later. Number four, people who live outside of cities drive more. So, oops, oops, that's wrong. So they use more gasoline. People drive more, so they use more gasoline. And number five, because gasoline use has increased, global warming is getting worse. Okay, wanna check? Let's check. Let's check if we are correct. Okay, yeah, this one we just change. Because more people want to live outside of cities, they are building more houses. Houses outside of cities are often far from places where people work. Therefore, people have to drive farther to work. Okay, so these are the correct answers. Okay, good. And I believe that's all for now in terms of connectors. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know. But let's take a break now and we come back in a minute. Okay, let's take a break.